Welcome to the Vanilla to Vixen podcast. This show contains adult content, so if you are under 18 or easily offended, please switch off now. Mr. and Mrs. N are not qualified relationship counsellors. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Now the disclaimer is out of the way. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our journey from Vanilla to Vixen.
Welcome to episode 135 of Vanilla to Vixen. We are your naughty hosts, Mr. and Mrs. N, and we're also sometimes known as...
the Naughty Couple.
Hello, Mrs. N.
Hello, Mr. N.
We are back. We have evaded the pitchforks.
I think just about.
We are back from the Velvet Vixen hotel takeover last weekend.
Wow.
We only just regained consciousness.
Whose mad idea was it to do a whole weekend?
Yes, it was incredibly insane. So just before we get into the Velvet Vixen weekend, because I can't wait to share that with all our naughty followers, and it's quite a story.
Oh, yes.
We've got a little message.
Okay.
And it was sent in from a gentleman on Fab who doesn't wish his name to be read out.
Okay.
So he says, did you know your eyelids are made from the same material as the foreskin? So does this mean all men are a little cockeyed?
Oh, God.
Or do they have circumvision? Very good. From Mr. Anon on Fab Swingers.
Super.
So let us move on to the main meat of the show. We're going to talk about our weekend, where we've only just regained consciousness, and explain what happened. We had this crazy idea of hiring a glamorous luxury venue. The whole thing, everything, every blade of grass, every leaf on the tree, and there was a very historical tree, but I'm not going to mention what it was in there. Everything in this place we hired for 2 nights, Friday the 7th and Saturday the 8th of March, last weekend, in the beautiful town of Bewdley, Worcestershire. Somewhere in there it was. That's what I'm going to say. And we hired this mega venue, and oh my God.
Yeah. Just wow.
And it's an incredibly beautiful town.
Oh, it's stunning.
It's very, very old-fashioned, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, very
quaint,
very kind of like Stratford-upon-Avon-y.
Quaint British town.
Yes.
And, you know, bear in mind our car has a number plate on it that resembles V to V, and we saw the little sort of line of people with pitchforks following us. But luckily the place had big gates so we could hide behind. And we got inside and it was just wonderful, wasn't it?
Oh, it was phenomenal. I honestly don't think there is another venue like that has had an event like ours.
No, definitely not.
It was so unique.
Absolutely.
Wasn't it?
Absolutely. It was amazing.
We did feel a little bit like Lord and Lady of the Manor, didn't we?
We did. Lord and Lady Naughty.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
And we weren't sure how this was going to pan out.
Nope.
Because, you know, we've always done our events at Liberty Elite. And this year we said we wanted to expand and we want to do new things and take things further and go to new venues and do everything. And that's just what we've done. So we got this place for Friday and Saturday. And Friday night, it was a sellout.
I know.
It was absolutely mad.
It was crazy.
And we had a few very carefully selected single gentlemen.
We did. Who were impeccably behaved.
Absolutely. They all know the etiquette that's expected when they come to a V2V party. And they were all brilliant. They just
really
joined
good.
it. And we had a few brand new single gentlemen.
Yes, we did.
Which was really nice. They were super nervous.
I know, bless them.
They got no idea what to expect. And no idea what was going to happen, and neither did we.
It was just a suck it and see, so
Literally.
to speak.
Literally. And we could talk about that in a little while. So how we'd set this place out, it was obviously a hotel. So all the hotel rooms had been booked. It was a complete sellout.
Yeah.
Very, very luxury hotel rooms.
Yes.
Rollback baths.
They were more like a suite rather than just a room.
All of them, yeah. Although there was a couple of extra large suites as well that were booked up straight away.
Yeah, we're talking queen-size beds, roll-top baths.
Very, very vintage. Beautiful.
Chaise longue.
Beautiful.
Yeah, stunning.
And... so that all the rooms were booked in the hotel by naughty people. So obviously we had to make sure when you're planning an event like this, there's no way you can run into families or anything like that. That would be totally inappropriate. So we got the whole place. Every single room was booked by a naughty hobbyist.
Yes.
And the ground floor was our social area.
Yes, it was.
So there was no naughtiness and no nudity in that area. But you could dress down later on.
Yes, you could.
And we got the front room is the bar, if you can imagine, which kind of overlooks the beautiful lawn area.
Yeah.
So that was very much social area, chatting, bar, drinks, everything else. The rear room, which is kind of almost like a ballroom stroke dining room, isn't it? Extra large dining room.
Yeah.
And we converted that into our DJ area.
Yes. And who was playing Mr. N?
Oh, yeah. DJ Mr. N was in town. And, oh, my God, what an amazing night. Friday, and Saturday.
And Saturday. But isn't it interesting, even though we hired the entire hotel for both nights, each night
totally different.
It was completely different atmosphere.
Totally different atmosphere,
wasn't it?
Yeah. So Friday night, we got singles.
Yes.
So we got all the single ladies.
Yeah, shout out to the girls. They were awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They certainly got the party going.
And they arrived, and I could see Miss Mermaid, who we absolutely love and adore. She was sitting on the front steps of the place, adjusting her heels.
She was taking the trainers off to put her heels on.
All I could see.
Because if you haven't been to this amazing venue, it's gravel.
Yeah.
And as girlies know, high heels and gravel do not mix.
No, you can't mix gravel and high heels.
So bless her, she sat on the front steps changing her trainers for her high heels before she came in.
And straight away, word was out pretty quickly because a couple arrived and went, "You'll never guess what our taxi drivers just said." So apparently it was all over the taxi drivers that something naughty was in town. The naughty circus was in town.
Exactly.
And that'll be us. The monkey business had started.
Yes.
So the taxi drivers seemed to know what was going on than we did. Obviously, it's on our website, v2v.uk. So we've got a brand new events website. And thank you, everyone that supported the website. We've got thousands and thousands of people that have literally followed the website. Obviously, it's got links to the podcast and the store and everything else. Anyway, obviously, the event was advertised on the website.
Yeah.
So I do believe it had reached the local Bewdley social media page. And somebody had actually put our photos on there.
Yes, apparently so. We are now well known in Bewdley.
So, yes, we were kind of famous for a day in the beautiful town of Bewdley.
It was.
Hi to all the Bewdley listeners. You should have just come and said hi. Anyway, it was brilliant. So everyone was excited. And we had all these new couples, and it was really nice because we had a lot of people who can't reach sort of Liberty Elite and, you know, where we normally host our parties.
Yes.
So we got quite a few couples that follow us on the podcast, some couples that had only listened to us once or twice and had seen the event advertised.
Yeah.
And they came straight away.
I know.
And we got these guys, got single guys that had literally listened to a few episodes and were like, I'm going to try and jump straight in. And it was a different mix to our normal Vanilla to Vixen night of people, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But what was amazing was it still felt like Vanilla to Vixen.
Yeah, it did. It still had that atmosphere, didn't it? That
non-judgmental. Everyone was there supporting each other, straightening each other's crowns. The ladies saying how wonderful other ladies looked that they hadn't seen.
Absolutely.
It was just a beautiful crowd of people.
I mean, if anybody's ever been to one of our V2V events, when we do them at Libs, we always have little sweet tubs on the tables for everybody.
Yes.
Because, you know, occasionally throughout the night you need a little bit of a sugar rush and you want a bit of a nibble.
Stopping in between.
Yeah.
Half time, come down, grab some sugar, off you go, back up to the playroom.
Yes. Well, we just felt that the sweet tubs just wouldn't quite cut it at this venue because
we thought about it.
We did think about it, but I just felt, I'm not sure. So we decided that we needed to up the ante.
Yes, there's absolutely no way you can have a party like that and suck on a Bertie Bassett. You can't, can you?
No, not really. Not really.
We put the sweets back down. We were in the wholesaler, we put the sweets back down and we thought to ourselves, right, okay, we've got to go for the big guns.
Yeah, we had to.
We went straight over to bottles of champagne and orange juice. We were going to make people Bucks Fizzes, champagne, if they wanted it, just orange juice.
If they wanted it, yes, because some people were driving because we'd got some new people that lived sort of very well localish.
Localish, yes.
They were happy just to have an orange juice. So yes, so we decided to do a welcome drink because we felt it was appropriate.
Absolutely.
There was one slight problem.
We hadn't pre-tested tables and some of the plastics. We got plastic champagne flutes.
Yes.
They were like Lego. You had to build these things together.
You did.
And I think you got a little bit too forceful with them.
It wasn't my fault.
No, one of them definitely had seepage.
Actually, there was a few that had seepage. So, yeah, we've kind of... I mean, it's a trial and error thing, what works and what doesn't, but we have decided, I think, that we're just going to ditch the plastic and we'll just go for the real thing.
Yes, absolutely.
But there was a little incident with the welcome drinks, wasn't there?
I missed all of that.
I know you did.
So, we had the gorgeous Crimson Rose on, only last week.
Yes.
On the show.
Yes.
And she arrived with her new partner. We met her new partner.
We did.
That she talked about extensively. He is an amazing guy. Love him. He's brilliant.
He is. He's a super, super chap.
And they arrived. They looked, whoa.
Yeah.
They looked super hot couple.
They did. In fairness, everybody just went full on glam.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Absolutely. Everybody looked stunning.
They did. It fitted the surroundings very well.
Absolutely. And what happened when Crimson got to the sort of entrance area where we were standing welcoming everybody in? We were just inside the bar area.
We were just inside the bar area and there was a little table that I'd already sort of filled out a few drinks ready so I could just hand them to people.
You mean the table made out of cardboard? It felt about as strong.
So everybody was mingling in the bar area, which was such a great social area. And it's such a beautiful room as well. So
yes.
that was lovely.
Yeah.
And bless her, somebody had said something about her dress, because I don't know if you haven't listened to last week's podcast, you need to. Crimson talks about this beautiful gold glittery frock that she'd bought that she hadn't had a chance to wear. So she looked absolutely stunning in her dress.
She did.
Somebody went to ask her something about her dress, and she did. Bless her.
And you were wearing, just to fill people in what you were wearing.
Yes.
You were wearing a beautiful dark green velvet number.
Yeah, floor Bless. And I know she'll be cringing because of what I'm going to say. And she really shouldn't, because it was funny. It was funny. She was mortified, but it was funny. But she went to put her hand on the table where the drinks were so she could lift a leg up to show somebody something on I don't know, it was a shoes or a dress. And because the table, like you said, was made out of cardboard, as she leant on it, obviously it wobbled, and all the drinks that I'd pre-poured...
made out of Lego glasses.
Yes, all flew in my direction, and literally I got drenched all down one leg. I smelt like a brewery.
Which was quite apt, because there was a couple of hot tubs outside.
Yes.
But what happened was the water sprayed. We got the hot tubs turned up quite a lot.
Yeah.
And the hot tubs sprayed water up the wall and fused the outdoor lights. Oh. Honestly, it wasn't faulty towers. So there was said gentleman, sporty naughty, sitting in the dark outside on his own. And he came in and he went, Mr. N, Mr. N. I was just sitting there and it went dark. I told you the swinging circus was properly in town.
I know.
It was properly in town.
Anyway, there was no damage done.
No.
My dress was absolutely fine. You couldn't really tell because it was dark green, which was lucky enough.
Nobody was electrocuted.
The bar staff were probably more annoyed because we had to get towels and things to mop the floor up with. So we decided that, that probably wasn't the best place to put the welcome drinks. So on the Saturday evening, we moved them to the bar.
We did.
And put them on the end of the bar.
But before we move on to Saturday night.
Yes, no, go back.
Friday, beautiful lady, 3 to tango.
Yeah.
On Fab Swingers. Mm-hmm. Wow, she kicked off the dancing with it was amazing.
It was, bless them. Honestly, they did definitely bring the party, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
So you went off and did your Fat Boy Slim bit?
No, we started off with Rihanna and Britney Spears.
Oh,
a bit of like
S&M.
Ooh. Oh yeah, it was Britney, bitch.
You went straight for it then, did you?
Oh, it was absolutely raucous.
So it was nice. So because obviously the bar area, there was people still chatting, and because there was no music or anything, they could hear each other. And
there was such a mixed age range. We got couples there in their early 30s.
Yeah.
And we got couples right up in their 60s.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody was just laughing with each other, chatting, and it was such a chilled environment.
It was amazing. And I have to say, at the end of Friday night, there was a couple of the single guys left at the end of the evening while they were just waiting for taxis and things.
Oh, you're skipping the bit?
No, I am, but I just wanted to mention this bit where they said that, it was their first event ever.
Yeah.
There was some of them that have not even done anything before, but literally came to the hotel takeover.
Yeah.
And they just wanted to make a point that everybody was so friendly and welcoming and made them feel really included and everything.
And that's what it's about. It's a social event.
It is a social event, but I'm very proud that our events are that's the main thing for us. It's to get that
everybody together.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And like I say, you got 60-year-old couples that were chatting and laughing with 30-year-old couples. I'm sure that some people do like age differences and that in play and everything, and I'm not saying anything about that, but you have got couples there that I think clearly hadn't got play in mind with who they were chatting and laughing with.
Yeah.
But it's just a social, we've said this so many times, it's a social experience. Predominantly.
It is, yes.
And you just go, there's no judgment on anyone, and you just go for a giggle, just go for a laugh.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, we got a whole floor down below. Every single room was a playroom.
It was.
Which were the old servants' quarters and genuine dungeon.
Yeah.
We got a real dungeon.
We have, haven't we?
And so then things turned a bit naughty. Because
was that before the buffet or after the buffet?
Buffet first.
Hey.
Buffet first. Then things turned a bit naughty, and I could see people kind of going off from dancing there and wandering off. A couple of ladies dressed down.
Yeah.
Looked super sexy.
Oh, how happy were you standing there being able to see all these beautiful ladies in their sexy lingerie?
Oh, Miss
Pervin.
Everybody. It was three to tango, Miss Mermaid. There was so many of them, and they were all sort of dancing really sexily. They looked hot. And what happened then? Then they they just disappeared kind of one by one. They just disappeared off downstairs. But
you know what was nice though? People were doing it's just at their own pace.
Yeah.
So even though some people were going downstairs, some people were still in the kind of like what we named the disco room.
Yeah.
People were still in the bar chatting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a mad exodus and everybody just disappeared. There were still people doing what they wanted to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people were still chatting. It was brilliant, and it was really just nice, free and easy.
Yeah.
I'd describe it.
Yeah.
But what was nice was because we got the rooms downstairs as set out as playrooms, people could kind of wander up and down the corridor just having a look. Mm. So you got some single guys that were just kind of looking and watching and seeing people having sex for the first time, other than watching it, porn on a screen.
Yeah.
And one of the guys said to me, "It's so different."
Yeah.
Actually, just watching is just so different, and that was really interesting hearing their comments. And a few of them looked a little bit like rabbits in the headlights. It's fair to say. And then by the time we got down there, it was quite late.
It was quite late.
And there was only
That's because I was scratching around for the carrot sticks because everybody had eaten the buffet before I got there.
Oh, you see, you're too busy mopping yourself. I told you just take the dress off.
Funnily enough, you're actually talking about taking the dress off. I'm not one normally for dressing down. I normally go straight for the towel.
Yeah.
But having seen the ladies on the Friday night and the outfits that they were dressed down in, I was actually quite jealous. And I was like,
you were inspired.
I was really inspired and thought, oh, do you know what? I really wish that I'd bought something to dress down in because it felt just, I can't describe it.
Because I said to you, did you bring anything to dress down into? You went,
no, because I normally just plonk my towel on. So, but I changed that
for the Saturday.
For the Saturday. But that was all down to those lovely ladies looking fabulous in their lingerie.
So it inspired you.
It did inspire me.
Okay, so on the Friday we went down into the dungeon, and we literally just got the dungeon.
Yeah,
haven't we? That was all that was left. And there's kind of like...
That's not strictly true, Mr. N, because to start off with, we went into the mustard room, as we call it.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
We were actually in there on our own to start off with, having a play. And then in barged, saucy, busty.
The quiet ones.
Yeah. Roger and the cabin girl were in there.
Yes.
There was a whole load of people just kind of joining because there's 2 double beds in that room.
And they were all mocking the fire escape.
Yes, they were.
Because it's underground, there was a little ladder. Imagine a little ladder with about 2 rungs on.
Yeah.
That actually lifts you up. You climb up and you have to climb up out of the fire escape. I had to give this on the tour, obviously for health and safety. There's the ladder, and they're like, but we're underground. I'm like, yeah, because there's the ladder. You've got to climb up out into the fire escape. Not go down the fire escape,
no.
You've got to climb up from underground, like little rabbits coming out of a hole. That kind of thing. And they all seem to have a jolly good time.
They were having a very jolly good time.
And our space on the bed in that room kind of got smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yes.
So we went off to the dungeon.
We did.
And that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was kind of like a documentary dungeon. Kind of things you see on Prime Suspect or something. Very scary dungeon. It was very scary.
Well, I remember lying down on the bed. There's a very low bed in the dungeon.
Yeah.
You went off to promise something.
No, because let me stop you just there. I saw quite a few of the new guys floating around. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I thought, and I asked you, I did say to you, I went, Mrs. N, would you like a bukakke?
Yeah.
And you went, yeah, all right then. So I thought, okay, here we go. Let's sew this. Mrs. N's lying flat on the bed. She fancies a bukakke. We might as well get the new guys, into the real go for it kind of thing. And I think it was a bit too much.
Yeah, possibly.
I think it was a bit too much for them. So they were kind of floating around, just watching, from room to room. And I went out there and I'm like, guys, can you help me now? Mrs. N is after a bukakke. And there was about 4 of them. And they all kind of just looked at me and went, what? Say what? That was kind of the expression that they gave.
They probably didn't even know what you meant.
So a bukakke, for anybody that doesn't know, is where multiple guys wank over a woman. And you could come on your boobs, you could come on your tits, and whatever. And one person did ask me that, actually.
Did they?
Yes, they went, where do you want us to come? It was like signing a contract. So he was entering into a negotiation of where I wanted him to come. And I'm like, well, you'll have to ask Mrs. N. I don't know. You'll have to ask her. I lost him.
Okay.
So that was the early negotiation. He was gone.
Right.
Okay. Another one, I think, just literally went, mumbled to himself and ran off to the locker room.
Oh my God, we've terrified them all.
He was gone, yeah. I think the other guy then, to be honest, probably just looked for an escape route. He probably went up that little ladder.
He went to the mustard room.
He did.
Climb out the window.
It was like a very strange game of Cluedo. Everyone just scattered. But one guy was like, I'll help Mrs. N.
Oh, yeah, bless him.
And so me and him gave you a bukakke.
You did?
In the dungeon.
Actually, do you know what? I have to say, it was really sexy. This was your idea, Mr. N. And I was like, I'm not sure, because I thought the dungeon's a little bit, it's very rustic.
It's dark, isn't it? It's
very dark.
And,
However, it turned out to be the best place. If you're ever considering wanting a bukakke at a hotel takeover, go to the dungeon, because you lower down.
You're not going to spray any wallpaper on the,
No, exactly. But it was perfect because you were one side, he was the other side.
And we covered you.
And you covered my boobs. And it was just fabulous.
And that's how
it was really horny.
That's basically how our Friday night ended.
It did.
And then Saturday came along and we thought, okay, we're still okay. We're all right. We felt pumped.
We'd driven home.
Yeah, we didn't stay over, did we?
We didn't stay over.
We didn't stay over. There's only so many hotel rooms, and we were like, already made an agreement to ourselves that we wanted as many people to experience the full hotel.
Absolutely.
The rooms are so special.
Yeah.
So we're like, look, we'll take a hotel room if there's one left.
Yes.
But if there's no hotel rooms left, we're not too far away. We'll drive home.
Yeah.
A couple of hours.
Yeah.
So not too bad. So all the hotel rooms did go.
Yeah.
And we thought to ourselves, well, we could stay in the local Wetherspoons.
Yes.
But then we found out that the 40-room Wetherspoons actually only have single beds. And no hotel room has had single beds since about 1945.
It's been a long time since you and I have had to cram into a single bed, Mr. N.
Well, we didn't, did we? We just thought, that for
I'd rather go home.
Sort that for a packet of biscuits.
Although I have to say, we did have guests that did stay at the Wetherspoons.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, it is it's a very posh Wetherspoons.
It is very posh,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think they got a few double rooms.
Yeah.
But it just turns out that probably about 35 of the others are just single beds. So, what is this, a prison?
Yeah. Although they are really good value.
Maybe. I don't know. It's no good with just single beds, though. They need to change that. Anyway. So we thought, stuff this, we'll drive home. So we drove home. We went, obviously we were there straight away on the Saturday.
Yes.
And the Saturday was a totally different atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we hadn't got as many singles. We kept the kind of traditional Friday nights are for single ladies, single guys and couples.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of stag vixen couples on the Friday.
Yes.
And then we'd got the more traditional kind of naughty hobby party with mostly couples on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And it got a much more chilled out vibe. Everybody was really relaxed. we got new couples there, brand new couples.
Yeah,
and
we did.
They were remarkably confident.
They were really, but I do wonder whether it helped with the environment they were in, because it didn't feel like a club.
It wasn't a club.
Which it wasn't. So it did give off that you just feel like you've gone out for a drink in a nice bar somewhere, or, you know, something like that. So maybe they did feel more relaxed, which is what we were trying to say. If you are the sort of person that feels intimidated by the thought of going to an actual club, this is ideal for you.
It's not a club. There's no. You're not going to run into regulars there.
No,
because it's a new event. It's in a predominantly a vanilla venue.
Yeah.
So totally understand that.
But we did want to make Saturday night just a little bit different to the Friday.
It was,
wasn't it?
It was very different.
What did we do, Mr. N?
We played naughty charades. Oh yeah.
So we met an amazing couple back in Valentine's Day, didn't we?
Yes.
Called Salty Popcorn.
Beautiful couple.
Beautiful couple. And we were so lucky because they actually came to the entire weekend at the Hotel Takeover. They are just superb. Anyway, on Valentine's night, they had brought along some naughty charades and very kindly donated them to the hotel. So we decided, let's do it.
Somebody did ask if we got Naked Twister. But I thought that was definitely too much. When you look at the Bukakke for the single guys, I think Naked Twister would have just sent them home at 9 o'clock. So we just kept naughty charades.
We did.
Which, it was kind of like a film, Porky's, or... For anyone of a certain age that remembers Porky's and Debbie Does Dallas and that kind of thing. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. We had such a giggle, didn't we? And we made it that the person that answered or got most of the clues right won a bottle of Prosecco.
Absolutely.
So it was well worth it, but it was such a giggle and everybody was such good sports.
And the level of competition kind of got higher and higher and higher. Quite impressive.
I think I got quite a difficult one because I had a 6-worder.
Can you remember what it was?
Something to do with a mouthful of sausage or something. I can't remember.
Was that a song or a play?
Something along those lines.
I remember somebody was doing like a blowjob.
Yeah.
A blowjob kind of mime.
Yes.
And somebody said Jaws. I thought that was quite good. Overall, it was a really good night.
It was a really good night. And it was great fun. And, we thank everybody that literally took part and helped to make it such a good evening. So,
absolutely.
Really good.
We didn't expect the level of interest, and we were going to do this as a one-off.
Yeah.
This was going to be a one-off hotel takeover, amazing venue, new people, new couples that don't get to see us.
Yes.
But following how many people loved it and wanted to attend, we're doing it all over again.
We are.
But we're doing it 3 times. Not 1, not 2, 3 times.
Although slightly different.
Yeah. All totally different.
All totally different.
So, on Saturday, the 26th of April, we are back at the Naughty Hotel. Okay? It's actually quite a vanilla hotel. We just make it naughty.
Yeah.
So it's going to be transformed once again into a very special venue. And this one is going to be really special. On Saturday, the 26th of April, we have teamed together with Liberated Voice and Love to Social. Do you remember those couples that we were having whining and dining with a few weeks back?
A few weeks ago. And they've both been on the podcast a few times, haven't they? Because they are amazing and we love them.
And so we have teamed together with those. This is going to be a really, really special night. Okay, so it's Love to Social and Liberated Voice presents Love Events. Okay?
Yeah.
This is just a social. So a social from
7 p.m. till 9 p.m.
So 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock, you could just come along and just get a flavour of the place. It's just a social. And Love to Social and Liberated Voice are going to be doing their games.
Yep.
And they are the best socials in the country.
Absolutely. If you've never been to one of their socials, then you are really missing out, because they are fabulous. And this is one of the reasons why we all wanted to collaborate with each other.
So come to this one.
Come to this one.
Come to this one.
Exactly.
Now, there's not many places left.
No.
Okay. The guest list is already 75% full.
Yes.
For this one.
Yes.
Okay. So you will have to get in touch with Love to Social. That's not the number 2.
No.
That's the word 2. Love to Social on Fab Swingers, or Liberated Voice on Fab Swingers.
Yes.
Get in touch with them and you can get onto the guest list for the social.
Yes.
Once you are on there and they have spoken to you, you can also join the V2V event, which takes place after the social.
It does.
So from 9 o'clock, we are opening up another floor of the hotel. And after 9 o'clock, it will get a little bit more naughtier.
Yes. So you have an option, don't you? If you want to just go for the social, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
However, if you want to do the social and stay for the V2V afterwards, then you can do the entire evening.
All the details will be on our v2v.uk website a little bit later today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That is Saturday, the 26th of April.
So this is a really unique opportunity for people that want to come to a social, but also kind of get the atmosphere of what it would be like to go to an event as well.
Yeah.
So, and you do have that option whether you want to stay for the entire evening or if you just want to do the social.
Totally.
It is. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. We've been to the socials and they are fabulous.
Yeah. Now, this venue doesn't hold as many people as Liberty Elite.
No.
So numbers are restricted. So if you can't make Saturday the 26th, we have got another Velvet Vixen Weekend. So on Friday the 2nd and Saturday the 3rd of May, following week, Friday the 2nd, Saturday the 3rd of May, we are back. We might just as well move in.
Might as well.
And Friday will be, again, another ideal event if you're, into your stag vixen couple, some couples that like cuckold play, any couples that just like single guys. We'll have a few very carefully selected single guys. We're going to have all the single ladies. Okay? All the single ladies love the Friday nights. And we're going to also have the Saturday night, which will be your more traditional night once again. That's the 2nd and the 3rd of May, Friday and Saturday, for Velvet Vixens. That will start at 8 p.m. and go on till 1 o'clock in the morning.
It will. So look, you've got lots of choices now, lots of opportunities.
3 amazing parties.
Yes.
And a chance, if you're really, really nervous, to just come to a social and just leave. You can just come to the socials. Nothing naughty will be happening between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then you can just come, go and leave.
Yeah, absolutely. Super.
And you can do that anyway, if you wanted to.
If you wanted to.
Remember, there is never any expectations. There's no pressure on anyone on any V2V event. But when it's a social, the naughtiness is kind of taken off the table, as we talked about during a couple of weeks ago on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we always said, didn't we, if we were aware of socials when we first started in the naughty hobby, I think it would have made things just...
We'd have definitely gone to a social first.
Definitely. Yeah, we were a bit late to the party on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they really are worth going to, and they are amazing. And the guys that run these socials just put in so much effort and make it one of the best evenings ever.
Totally.
Yes.
If you want any details of any of our events, they're all on our events website, v2v.uk. That's v2v.uk. Okay.
I have a message, Mr. N, that I want to read out. And it was from one of the lovely single ladies that came to the hotel takeover on Friday.
Okay.
Now, this lady, bless her, absolutely gorgeous, messaged us beforehand because she was quite nervous, hadn't done anything like that before, and had a few questions on what to expect and all the general things that people want to know before they go to an event. So we did a video call with her and we had really long conversation with her and we chatted and she was lovely. She sent the most beautiful message after she came to the event on Friday, basically just to thank us massively for an amazing evening. She didn't know what to expect. I mean, she walked in there by herself.
Totally brave.
Absolutely brave. And she said everybody was so welcoming and she felt at ease. She'd gone with no expectations at all.
Yeah.
However, she did have a play.
No.
She did. There was a couple that took her under their wing, made her feel so relaxed.
There's something else as well.
They were all into the same kind of dynamic and everything, but she felt so comfortable and so safe, which was an important message for her.
Yeah.
Because she said it was all about feeling in a safe environment that she could relax and let herself go and just be herself.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
So it was just a massive thank you to us for putting on the event and she was just thrilled to bits and she had the most amazing time. Still smiling,
well,
apparently.
Thank you very much, mystery lady.
Yes.
For that.
Yes. So I just wanted to relay that to anybody else that is thinking of coming to one of these events.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're a single.
Yeah.
You know, we are there to look after you.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
And we want everybody to have the best night possible.
And you've got 3 dates. You've got 2 dates if you're a single guy, of course, because you can only come on the 26th or on the 2nd.
Yes.
But if you are a couple, single lady, then you can come. There's 3 dates to choose from, 26th, the 2nd or the 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, something else I want to move on to, Mr. N.
Okay.
For anybody that is on our Discord group.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Saucy.
The quiet one.
The quiet one.
Cardinal Saucy, as I call him.
He always does, every week on our Discord group, question of the week.
Yes, he does.
And I was interested. I always look to see what the question is. And this week was quite interesting. And I just thought we need to share this on the podcast. So, question of the week was, if you opened your own club, what would you call it?
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, we've talked about this a lot, haven't we?
I think most couples have done this. Most couples in the naughty hobby have gone, if we had our own club, what would it be called? The sizzling sausage. I don't know.
Well, I need to read some of these replies because they were just... I was killing myself laughing at some of these.
Okay.
So we'll start off with...
This is all taken from our Discord group.
This is all taken from our Discord group. So thanks, guys, for doing this because it was so much fun to read. And I just felt we needed to share it. So the first one is the golden pineapple.
Yeah, that's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an obvious one, isn't it, really?
Yes. I love this one. Fuckingham Palace.
Fuckingham Palace. Oh, no. You've got a connotation of Prince Andrew there. You better leave that one alone. Skip that one quickly.
Desires Unlocked.
Oh, that's a bit sexy.
That is quite sexy, isn't it, that one?
Desires Unlocked.
One word. Shenanigans.
That's a good one.
Somebody else came up with the name of Boinkers.
Sounds kind of like a naughty Hooters.
Yes, exactly. What else have we got here? Somebody said if there was a place beside the sea, right on the seafront, they would call it Stiffies.
What's that got to do with the sea?
No idea. I suppose if you've got a stiff breeze.
Oh, I suppose. I never thought about that. Because I can only have this by the sea. What happens if you have a stiffy inland? Well, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, Naughty Cherry Pie, who we absolutely adore.
Love Cherry Pie.
She's amazing. Obviously had way too much time on her hands with this one and gave a whole list. So her ideas were the Rabbit Hole.
Nice.
The Pound Town Lounge. That's quite hard to say.
The Pound Town Lounge.
Yes.
Sounds like the pound shop.
The Whole Shebang.
Oh, I like it.
As in whole H-O-L-E.
I like it. That's good.
The Fuck Bucket.
The Fuck Bucket.
The gist joint.
It's kind of going downhill now.
It is.
Yeah, I feel we've lost a little bit of
The come and go. With cum spelt C-U-M.
Sounds like a drive-through. Drive-through club. I'll order a 69, please.
The spit roast in.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The sausage party.
I said sizzling sausage.
Yeah. The Gushers Club. Oh, God.
The Gushers Club.
The Moist Hole.
Oh, my goodness. That works.
With a different meaning.
Yeah.
The Fuck Factory.
The Fuck Factory.
Yeah. Gape Escape. Oh, God.
That's a good idea. You could combine, like, escape rooms, which are all the craze now, with a swingers party.
Oh.
Nobody'd want to escape.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
And then she also came up with Nut Butter Buffet.
Okay.
And the last one she came up with was Gag and Guzzle, which is actually making me feel a little bit like I want to gag anyway. Somebody else put...
Somebody's been very busy on ChatGPT.
Covet thy neighbour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else was Land of Hope and Glory Hole.
Brilliant.
There was a multi-person swap shop.
Oh, that's for people of a certain age.
Pampers and Pineapple.
Pampers and Pineapple.
Somebody says sounds like a shit pub. And Fornicators.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then one of the last ones was the Cotswolds Club.
Interesting. Now,
That one is very interesting because in the news this week...
The naughty hobby has been in the news once again this week. Okay, everybody, if you are wondering, the mainstream legacy media, as we know, love to paint pictures of basically out of bullshit about the naughty hobby.
They do.
And we're here to bust the myths.
Yes.
So this is a myth that we need to discover. And over the coming weeks, we will find out if this is true or not, because I'm quite intrigued. So what paper is this from?
Oh, you're going to love this one.
Is this another rag?
This is the Daily Star.
Must be true.
Must be true.
Must be true.
Yeah, absolutely. And the headline is, Cheltenham racegoers warned they'll be surrounded by swingers in big kink community.
Okay, right. I'm just having a little think about this. So, Cheltenham race.
Yes.
The Cheltenham was last week. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
So what date was that? The
I think it was the 7th.
7th, Cheltenham. Yeah. So the 7th, and it takes place near the Cotswolds. Am I right, Cheltenham?
That's correct. Yes.
So Cheltenham Racecourse. I'm trying to find the link with swingers. Cheltenham Racecourse swingers. Were they bonking in the horse boxes?
So it reads, Cheltenham Festival 2025 kicks off, and those flocking to the Cotswolds spa town may end up being invited to more than a flutter on the horses, suggesting Jilly Cooper wasn't far off with her notoriously raunchy Rivals novel.
Okay.
I'm
still waiting for the link.
So Cheltenham Festival goers will be entering the lion's den of the UK's big kink community, according to a sex therapist.
Right. This is where the whole story's unravelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, is the sex therapist named?
Yes. They are named. So punters arriving in the Cotswolds spa town may end up being invited to more than a flutter on the horses if Natasha Silverman, aged 38, is anything to go by. Why her age has got to do with that, I don't know.
She's 38.
She's 38. Her research suggests that postcard perfect villages and towns in the area make up Britain's top spot for bedroom antics thanks to the surrounding countryside, providing the mental space to be available for erotic coups.
Says Natasha, 38, double D.
Natasha said there's a lot of apps and websites locally that are focusing on the kink community.
What?
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to pause there. How can you have a website that's just local? Surely a website, by its very nature, is like worldwide.
Well, you would think so.
I mean, you can have local...
It's for local people.
So, yeah, you can have like local social media pages.
Yes.
but I've not seen any for the Cotswolds.
No.
No one with... Okay, Natasha 38 Double D.
Yeah. So she says a lot of couples meet other people around the Cotswolds and in the Cheltenham for polyamorous situations or swinging. So there is a big kink community there.
Okay.
It turns out Jilly Cooper's portrayal of the Cotswolds in the steamy page-turner Rivals and its Disney adaptation is actually bang on the mark. According to Natasha, she's from Broughton-on-the-Water, so she's a local. She says locals are clocking in an impressive 15 romps a month. That's nearly double the city dwellers' score of just 8. How does she know these things?
Right, okay. For any of our listeners in the Cotswolds, I need to know if you've been asked in the last few weeks how many times you've had sex.
So she goes on to say there's a higher desire generally in rural areas, which seems to be particularly higher here in the Cotswolds. There are multiple factors at play.
What are those multiple factors?
So one is there's a slower pace of life here. And I think when you are able to be a bit more connected, present and grounded, and you're not in that intense work, hard play, hard lifestyle, which comes in lots of cities, you tend to have headspace to be available for erotic coups.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
She says, I speak to a lot of women. You're not going to think about sex until you're bored. Otherwise, everything else is going to get in the way. There's more opportunity for their minds to go to those places.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to connect. Why Cheltenham in particular?
I don't know. She says essentially...
Why people who attend Cheltenham Race are going to be bombarded with swingers? I still can't...
Says essentially work-life balance has a stronger emphasis in the Cotswolds.
And that's it.
Hang on.
I'm still waiting for...
Here we go.
Yeah.
People in urban areas can combat that by slowing down and being more present. Even if work is intense, even if your lifestyle is full on, make sure you have scheduled into your diary some kind of downtime. Many of us find it very hard to stop.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
You're still waiting.
I'm still waiting why the Cheltenham racecourse is particularly going to be bombarded with swingers.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's where it kind of falls down.
Isn't it?
That's it, pretty much.
So it's just another bullshit story.
It is another bullshit story. But yeah, full enough. So like you said, if we've got any listeners that are in that area and they are aware of this particular...
Okay, I've got a demographic now of lots of people that I need to speak to. I need to speak to swingers that are in the Cotswolds and I need to speak to people who have been to Cheltenham Racecourse and see if they know each other. So, dear listeners, if you've been to Cheltenham Racecourse, were people waving pineapples in your face? Secondly, people that live in the Cotswolds, do you go to Cheltenham Racecourse and chat people up for your menage a trois? That's that sorted.
All right. Well, if they want to get in contact with you, Mr. N, how can they do that?
Okay. You might need to get in contact with us for many reasons. So if you want to come to one of our V2V events, you can get in contact with us via v2v.uk. Just go on there and you'll see our email and how to contact us. Or you can contact us via our email, naughtycouple, naughtcp1 @yahoo.com. Or you can contact us on Fab Swingers. We are Naughty Couple, spelled naughtcp1 on Fab Swingers. We've also got lots of naughty photos on there. But if you want to see more than naughty photos, because to be honest, who doesn't? Who just wants to look at naughty photos? It's a bit boring. So if you want more than that, we've got some fabulous events coming right up. For a start tonight.
Yes.
Tonight we're at Vegas Vixens.
It's Hollywood night.
We are hosting the Vegas Vixens Hollywood Party at Liberty Elite in Lutterworth, Leicestershire. Guest list, we still have a few spaces available. You'll have to message us pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to get onto it.
Yes, that red carpet will be full.
Yes. Obviously, with us doing more events now, we only did one event once a month, and the events were just absolutely packed to capacity. People were struggling to get in the venues and everything else like that. So you will notice we are doing multiple events now across different areas, and it gives everyone a chance, because nobody wants to be packed in like sardines.
No.
Nobody wants, to queue for playrooms and things like that. So, to avoid being a victim of our own success, we've got more events.
Yes.
Spread across a larger area.
exactly.
Spread the love.
Spread the love. One other event that we want to tell you about, our lovely Roxy.
Roxy. Ask Roxy.
Yeah, bless her. So, as people know, Roxy does the Dangerous Curves event.
Yeah.
And their next one is on Friday, the 21st of March. It's their 6th birthday.
Happy 6th birthday.
Yay!
And that's next week.
It is. So if you are interested and want to go to Dangerous Curves,
which is a body conscious party.
It is. It's a fabulous party run by the beautiful Roxy and Zeb.
You could contact directly at Liberty Elite.
You can.
And get straight on.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem.
Oh, one more event that I'd like to mention, Mr. M, before we go.
Yes.
Is our Easter party, which is called Bunny Hop.
The Bunny Hop.
Yes. Which is being held on Easter Saturday, which is the 19th of April.
It's a brand new venue for us.
It is a brand new venue for us. It is at the Annex.
Which is in Kings Lynn.
Yeah.
Right across on the east, close to the East Coast.
Yes, near the seaside.
We're near the seaside. Easter Saturday.
Yes.
26th. It's going to be amazing. Come along, come and see us. If you've never been to a V2V event and you can't make it right across to this side of the Midlands where we are, where sort of Leicestershire and obviously, other places we've been down in the West Midlands.
Yeah.
Now we're doing East Side.
East Side, yes.
So we're doing East Side at the Annex. Come and see us. Say hello.
Come and bring your floppy ears.
Fluff your bunny tail up.
Exactly.
So if you want to come to the Bunny Hop, again, same thing, just go onto v2v.uk. All the details of how much it costs and everything else are on v2v.uk. Or you could send us a message, naughty couple, naughttycp1 at yahoo.com. Or you can get us on Fab Swingers, naughty naughttycp1 on Fab Swingers.
Yes. Wonderful.
And that's just about it for another week.
Do you know, I'm a bit exhausted.
I know, we've had a lot to get through.
We have had a lot to get through.
Next week's going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
And next week, we are checking out a brand new venue again for us.
Yes. Watch this space.
So we're going to go out and see how the other half lives. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come join us.
Yay. See you next week, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.